Julie, thank you for being here and sharing all of your wisdom with us today. You were recently awarded a pretty high honor as Best Esthetician in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
That is a big honor in a very big city, so that is something to be very proud of.
Thank you.
It also definitely qualifies you as an expert to share with us, how did you get there? How did you make it happen? We'd love for you to share some of your business building strategy with us today.
Yeah, so I mean, obviously we're here to talk about Circadia, so I'm definitely going to talk about how Circadia played a big influence in me receiving this award. So right out the gate, Circadia was the first brand that I brought into my back bar when I opened my business, and I think just setting me up with a good product was number one because it was completely results driven. So immediately, as soon as I started operating through some of the protocols that I was given when I first onboarded with Circadia, my clients were seeing results immediately, which built that client loyalty. So client retention is one place where I believe I really thrive. Most of my clients have been with me since I was in aesthetic school, and that's really what you want. You want lifetime relationships. You know, I'm at a point where I don't have to worry about acquiring new clients if I don't want to, and that's really ideally where you'd like to be, because what that does is it allows you to then increase your prices, so you're not increasing the amount of time you're working. So even now, if I lose a client, it doesn't really affect my day-to-day, and I don't have to run out and find a new client to replace them. So having a results-driven line and building that client confidence, that client trust, and the client retention is probably key, number one. Number two, I would say making friends, not enemies. I made it a point to get to know every single esthetician in my city that I could. I went and I patronized their business. I let them know that I was an esthetician, and we became a network instead of becoming enemies. You know, I don't believe anybody is right or anybody is wrong. We all have different philosophies in the way that we treat skin, so kind of getting an idea of what my competitors were doing gave me an upper hand, because if a client came from one of their practices before to mine, I knew exactly how they were handled, exactly the brands that they were working with, which made me creating a treatment plan for them much easier. And then number three, I would say doing things differently. I'm very involved in my city. I'm born and raised in Philadelphia. I'm always watching. I've been watching since before I was even in this industry what like the popular businesses were doing, the types of specials they were running, the events that they tabled at, types of marketing strategies that they use, and I just borrowed really from a lot of different people that were very successful, and I made it my own. So bringing some level of authenticity into your practice is very important, because you can't just copy and paste, because you know you can imitate but you can never duplicate. So you have to really figure out who you are and figure out how to utilize those resources that are given mostly freely. Google is a great resource for those type of things, and then make it your own.
Yeah, and I mean, I think you have been very successful if you still have some of your aesthetic school clients. Like, wow, that is very impressive. And I think that that is obviously just one of the biggest keys to success is client retention. And to get that, you have to build that trust with the client. So what are some of the things that you've done in your practice? Obviously, we know clients like to be heard, they want to be listened to, they want to feel that you care about them as individuals. What are some of your tips on building the trust and the relationship with your client to keep them coming back?
Yeah, so I mean, I know a lot of people talk about the golden rule, like treat others how you would want to be treated, but I try to treat people how they want to be treated. So I really get to know my clients from the moment they walk into my room. I already feel their energy, and I kind of just meet them where they're at. So if they're not in a talkative mood, I'm not going to talk their ear off. I'm not going to overload them with information. I'm going to say, hey, like you're here to relax today, and usually they'll say yes, and I let them relax, and that just provides a space where they know that they're in charge. Even though I know I'm in charge, I want them to feel like they're in charge in that space, because they are spending a lot of money for my services. I would also say getting to know their lifestyle and getting involved with them outside of the treatment room. So I text my clients, I check in on them, I let them know I'm thinking about them. You know, you're not just a number in my book, you're not just a payment. You know, I care about you and your life. You know, if I haven't heard from you in a while, I'm checking in on you, and I'm not blasting you with a special or a promotion to come back. I'm saying, hey, it's been a while, like, are you okay? Everything good? And they really appreciate that. I don't even talk about business. Maybe I'll follow up in a couple days with something business related, but just to let them know I'm still here, I'm still thinking about them. And then also like fair pricing in terms of understanding your value, the value of the product that you're using. I will never overcharge for what I do. I know my worth, I know the amount that I poured into my education, and I charge accordingly. So letting my clients see that I'm using resources like Circadia University, I'm constantly educating myself. They see me investing in myself, and then they in turn want to invest in what I'm doing. It just builds that level of, oh, she cares, so I know she cares about me when I'm in the treatment room.
I would like to say as well, something I've noticed about Julie is her ability to not only relate to clients and people in general, but her ability to translate that information into what they need to know and how to use their products to really get the compliancy. Because if your clients don't understand how to use what you're recommending and how to take it home, they're not going to see the results, and then that sometimes affects their confidence within coming back to your business. So I'd just like to brag on Julie for being a fantastic educator, not only in the aesthetic community, but also with her clientele, because you do provide your clients a lot of amazing education and resources themselves.
Yeah. And I think we all know that one of the top keys to keeping your books full is pre-booking people. Talk about how you do that with people who want to say, oh, it's fine, I'll just give you a call later. How do you approach that when somebody's really wanting to walk out the door, but you know once they walk out the door, the odds of them coming back or on time go down?
Supply and demand. I make my schedule extremely demanding. There was a point in time, probably a couple years ago, where my schedule would be full the day that I opened it. And then what that does, it creates a demand. So at that point, I ended up having to spend more money to get another booking system to have a wait list because it was getting so out of control. Then I ended up having to hire an employee because I couldn't handle the volume. So now this may not work for everybody. So this is just my business's best practice. I only open my schedule a month at a time. So they don't know whether they're going to get in to see me the following month. So now I'm back to my schedule opens. I'm fully booked on site, and I only open my schedule on the 15th of every month, so my clients know that's consistent. And they are literally texting me at 9 a.m. Is it open yet? Is it open yet? You know, because they want to make sure that they're accommodating their schedules as well. So really, just make yourself kind of in demand, and also again get other people talking about you. You know, like I have other estheticians who are recommending people to me. You know, if they know that I have a device or a certain product that they don't offer, and that really goes back to again your network being your net worth. Because if they didn't like me, they wouldn't be sending clients my way. So we have a nice rapport where if their book is too full, they're sending their overflow to me, and vice versa. If I'm too full, I can send my overflow to people. So yeah, make a demand for yourself.
Well, I mean, this is one of the reasons why we love you at Circadia, actually, is your willingness to mentor and share and uplift others, which is a part of what makes our team of educators incredibly special and unique, in my opinion, is that it is more of a community than a competition. And I love that about you, and that's one of the reasons we're thankful to have you. So thank you for that. Thank you for your willingness to do that and set an example for other estheticians about how we can join together. Like you said, maybe they have a device you don't, or that you offer things that complement one another rather than compete with one another. And so creating that environment is incredible. So thank you. I love that.